they played pretty well. I mean, they almost beat Flint. I'm not gonna say almost, I guess, but they put out a really good game against Flint's team. And not many people do that, as you can see from these matchups so far.
Yeah, they definitely did a pretty good job. I mean, their game as center field was a little bit less impressive. I think you really felt like this warrior wasn't very experienced. So we'll see if he's able to do a better job rather in this game. Controlling Jpeg. Jpeg is actually taking a ton of damage already, though. Going to get bursted pretty hard by the Ellie Shaman, but the warrior at the same time is getting absolutely slaughtered here by AZK. Jpeg's going to port immediately on that Blade Storm, and Haughty Cinema is going to be taking a lot of damage, and he's charging in here. He's down to 40% HP. He's going back behind the pillar, and I'm not sure if that's the best choice. He's going to be put into that death coil, and he could possibly just die instantly because Caspol and Conflag are coming in here. Looks like he will be able to survive, but he's going to be forced to very defensive.
Luckily for this warrior, he was actually caught straight on the open. It would have been so much worse if he was caught in behind the pillar, but still at 50% though. Doesn't matter how defensive he goes, seems the Paladin's just struggling so much to keep him alive. And there's a shield bash that actually was faked by Jpeg, so not having any interrupts right now. Hot Cinema is down to 12%, having to wall already into this game up to 25%. This Paladin's in such a struggle to keep this warrior alive right now.
Yeah, he just does not seem to have the healing output really needed, and even the Ellie Shaman is just really spamming out a lot of heals there, just trying to do his best to keep his teammate alive. But I mean, that's not the situation you want to be in. The Ellie Shaman really needs to help get that pressure going, and this is why I just don't think MS works that well for Thundercleave, it seems like, at least. I mean, Haughty Cinema is taking a lot of damage here. Lust has been popped here by Chrysalid. They're going to get a lot of offensive pressure going.
Yeah, but I feel like, I mean, they are using all their Shadow Furies on the warrior, right, to stop him from reflecting. And I think the Shaman should be up in that and just being able to shock the damage in the Shadow Fury because it's not getting hit by it. But it feels like the Elementum is just playing way too defensive. He's staying back, not really doing anything at all.
Yeah, and I mean, the Haughty Cinema is going to dip down about 40% HP. He's going to take a ton of damage in that Shadow Fury. I think he might just die here, as he did just charge back in. 3% HP, 2% HP, the bop goes out, but it's not enough, and he will fall. 0% chance in this. I mean, what do you think they need to do? Is it just, trying to overpower all the cast, trying to play more defensive, play more aggressive? What do you think?
So many things to place in. I think the warrior actually needs to hit overpower some pummels. The Shamans need to stop the damage much more from Jpeg. And they just need to do damage. I mean, no one's actually taking damage from Jpeg's team throughout the entire game, pretty much.
And the warrior's already defensive. He's gonna have to intervene out of there. AoE sack already has been used as well here from this Paladin. Just trying to top his warrior back off. The warrior's at 30% HP. Silencing shot on that Paladin's heal, and wall is already now popped. So once again, it's a terrible situation. The Elemental Shaman is going to be spinning out heals again, and this warrior just charged out LOS of his healers, and both of them just got Shadow Fury, and the wall is about to end. Lust has been popped. There's a Death Coil coming in, and he could just die instantly. The warrior did have to trinket there, so did the Paladin. A full hacks now onto that Shaman. Aura Master used as well. There's also Bloodlust used defensively from the other team and in Rage Regen.
They're completely out of combos. The Paladin actually having to bubble the Warrior Storm to take the pressure away, having to cancel the Storm right away because Jpeg was just casting into the Storm. Just cancelling that Storm, intervening back, so the Thundercleave is completely out of defensive corners right now, and I think it's just a matter of seconds before this game is over.
And he's going to charge back in the middle, and Jpeg's going to be able to get some casts off on him here, and this could be it. I mean, any interrupts on this Paladin might just spell the end for this warrior. I mean, the Paladin has nothing left. He's at 70% himself, so they could possibly go on him if they want. He did top himself off there. A big Shadow Fury does come in. The Howl of Terror does land as well. Looks like Tremor Totem was killed nicely there by Jpeg, and the target will now be this Ellie Shaman, who is dipping down pretty low. Sacrifice has been used, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. He's at 30% HP. There's an interrupt onto that Paladin.
Yeah, Shaman's actually down to 50%. Still down to 50%. Paladin's just trying to chase him around, trying to land those heals, but I mean, even if he manages to top the Shaman, I don't know if it's going to be enough. I mean, they might just swap back to this warrior any second right now, and he doesn't have any defensive corners left, so...
Yeah, AZK is going to get hodged there by that Paladin. So they're going to try to turn something around. Some decent damage coming in there on Jpeg. But I mean, it looks like they're just going to go back onto the warrior now. The warrior does have Immolate up on him. He's going to get him flagged. Shadow Fury does now come in as well. There's the intercept onto Jpeg's cast, though. It's that Shadow Fury was DR'd, and it isn't Orc, so it didn't last long at all. We can see, trying to get some damage on Jpeg, but he still has that one-hand shield on, so really not going to be able to be too effective. And now he's just going to have to retreat back once again. So Reflect does intervene back. Now just going to charge back out onto AZK, it looks like, but still just one-hand shield, man. He's just not going to be doing really much of anything damage-wise.
Yeah, I don't know if Jpeg is just playing really well or this Warrior is playing not so well. Because Jpeg just keeps faking those shield bashes, and every time he fakes a shield bash, he's just gonna start turning into that Warrior, and he has to intervene back every single time, or he's just gonna fall over and die.
And he had to trinket it once again, so it does not have a trinket again here, and you know, they're kind of just forced back in this awkward position. I feel like, you know, as soon as they can get some CC out on Folcor, this Paladin, they might be able to go for a kill.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, Folcor does have his trinket back up again, but bubble down for another 3 minutes is, I mean, essentially just any CC landing on him, he's gonna have to trinket right now, and he's popping Soulwell right now to get those Hellstones out once again. This is Soulwell down right in the middle of arena. Everyone's gonna pick up a new Hellstone, and I think Jpeg's team is sort of resetting right now. I mean, they haven't really used any major cooldowns apart from Death Call.
Well, they have used less as well. That's pretty
Obviously.
big, but I mean, the thing is, you know, I think both teams used less, so it's okay. And I mean, once again, just gonna intervene out of there almost immediately. But it's kind of a scary situation being stacked up like that, because Shadow Figures are going to be so effective. The Frost Trap does go down. Bladestorm coming in here. Jpeg's just going to pull back though, and he's going to be able to cast into this. We can see that, you know, there's the Emlate now going up. He's going to pop his Reflect charge over onto Jpeg, but he's going to get rooted in the middle by that Crab Pet, and I think a lot of damage will be coming in here on Haughty Cinema. We see that big Shadow Figure going to hit all 3 members of the team, and this Warrior is at 40% HP. There was a scatter onto the Paladin. He is out of it though. He's going to get back behind the pillar here, and has to really try to top up his Warrior pretty quickly.
Yeah, the Warriors is forced to play so defensively all the time because of this damage coming from Jpeg and ACK, but Shoshin back onto ACK, maybe trying to do some damage, but it doesn't seem like he can actually get anything going. He actually had to disarm the damage, disarm the hunter there to stop the damage, but nothing really going on apart from the Thunder team actually getting shadowed, to be fair.
And I mean, the Elemental Shaman team was very low. The Warrior team was pretty low here as well. There's a fear landing on the Folcor. We can see the Haughty Cinema is at about 40% HP. The Elemental Shaman at 80% HP. Paladin at 60%. There's a slow put onto that Warrior. The Paladin is topping him off now, so they're doing a much better job this game surviving at least. You know, the start was looking so bad for them. I thought they were just going to lose instantly, but they have stuck around so far in this game. We're going to get pulled back out into the middle, going to trinket that Death Coil. And he's taking a ton of damage though now, down to 30% HP. Does he have anything to get out of there? And he is going to pop that Irrepine and escape once again.
Yeah, Paladin popping wings to be able to keep his Warrior alive, and she will coming back up in 20 seconds. And yes, as you said, they are doing a lot better job staying alive, but does it really matter? I mean, they're already getting the pressure they need right now. Chrysalis down to 8,000 mana. I don't even know. I guess he has been purging a lot because he didn't have to do a lot of healing and mana type, but I'm not even sure how the Thunder is going to be able to actually land a kill against this team.
Yeah, I mean, they're just playing so defensive. It seems like they're almost trying to just delay the inevitable a little bit, but you never know if they're going to be able to get a big kill, a big burst kill here, and they are going to be getting some damage into AZK. AZK is going to have to disengage out of there. Folcor, though, you know, he's still pretty susceptible to being swapped to. Haughty Cinema is going to charge back out there, and he is on top of Jpeg, who is right on his port. He's getting some damage done to him, but he has his one-hand shield on, so he's really not getting much pressure going. And once again, that Shadow Fury is used onto Jpeg, or from Jpeg onto the Warrior. And like you said, you know, that if that Shaman could really just kind of shock his cast when he's Shadow Furying the Warrior, it would be absolutely huge.
Yeah, it was the entire burst that the Warrior cannot do anything about. Like, that was indeed supported from Jpeg right there, but he just went back and put another portal down behind the pillar to be able to turtle the damage if it's needed, I guess. But I'm not sure if I should take a lot of damage, down to 50% here, but Thunder storming away the lock and the hunter there, and Warrior's just gonna go straight onto Jpeg. Jpeg actually down to 6%, taking some significant damage to this Warrior, and we all know Warrior's gonna do so much damage to Warlock.
Yeah, it looks like he will be just okay for now. And Jpeg, you know, still kind of a little bit low, and Chrysalis' mana may be going to become an issue here. We'll have to see. The Warrior is going to charge back out. He has that two-hand up. He's going to be doing some significant damage to Jpeg, but you know, it decides he just wants to try. He's going to reflect that Immolate. So nice job by him there. The Lava Burst does land on Jpeg, who has the Hellstone. He was down at 30% HP. Going to catch some big heals, but Chrysalis are really starting to struggle on mana, and this Thundercleave has just done a great job surviving through everything, and they're sticking around through it all, but they cannot let Chrysalis drink, man. That was their one advantage, was the mana, and Chrysalis is just drinking it all back, and there goes any lead that they had tied plus a drink. He's going to get absolutely full mana, and the Warrior's still not hitting him, so he literally just drank about 14,000 mana.
Yeah, and I felt like, I mean, even though the Thunder is doing a good job surviving, they didn't have enough pressure to stop Chrysalis from doing whatever he wants, really. So he just went back to the tide and started drinking, and he's up to 15.5k mana now. Well, I mean, he's the same mana as Folcor, really, but I don't think this is going to be a mana war with only 3 minutes left of the game and Hot Cinema taking this much damage. 24% actually intervening that silence shot on the Paladin. It was a great move, but not sure if it's going to be an... It might actually be enough. Actually popping that shield block just to stop the damage from that Hunter, but I mean, even if they actually manage to stop the war up again, what does it really do?
Yeah, he's going to charge back in there, and Jpeg's trying to get that damage going on him, but not able to do so just yet. We can see that he is sticking around at about 60% HP. There's a Turn Evil on that pet. He just charged out into the middle, though. That's kind of a bad spot for him to be in. He could be in a lot of trouble now. Shadowfury does come in on that Paladin, and could this be the end? A nice Shockwave is going to knock back that Chaos Ball, but he's down to about 10% HP. 10% HP. Another Incinerate comes in as he shield walls, but is not